Hi, Leo. Welcome back to Moonveil Tarot. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, let's get into your reading, Leo. You made it through the storm, and you didn't do it alone. And I know it might have felt that way sometimes. In the hard moments, in the middle of the night moments, in the moments where you weren't sure the storm was ever going to end, but there was something with you. An angel, a guide, a presence, whatever name resonates for you, something that was walking beside you through the difficulty, that was holding things that you couldn't hold, that was redirecting things that were coming for you before they could land. And you felt it sometimes even when you couldn't name it. The specific moments where something that should have broken you didn't. The times something that should have gone wrong didn't. The protection that arrived through a person or a circumstance or a timing that made no logical sense. That was the angel. And the angel who protected you through the storm didn't do it so that you could emerge and just begin again at the same level. It protected you because it knew what was on the other side. And what's on the other side of the storm you survived. What the 555 is confirming is arriving right now is the miracle. And the miracle has a timeline. And the timeline is 48 hours. Drop a comment right now and say, I claim this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that now and turn on that notification bell. Okay, let's pull an oracle card for their energy first. Then we get into the tarot. Okay, first oracle card. The storm was never punishment. It was preparation for what the angel is now delivering. And your guides led with this because it's the most important reframe available before we pull a single tarot card. Because when you're in a difficult season, when the storm is at its most intense, it's almost impossible not to wonder if the difficulty means something negative about you, about your path, about whether you deserve what you've been hoping for. And your guides are being very specific here. No, the storm was never a sign that you were off track or being withheld from. It was preparation. The specific kind of preparation that only difficulty produces, the kind that builds resilience you couldn't have developed in comfort. That clarifies what actually matters, that strips away what wasn't genuinely yours to carry. And the angel that walked beside you through the storm was preparing the ground for what it's now delivering. And what gets delivered into ground that has been prepared by difficulty takes root in a way that things delivered into unprepared ground never could. And what's arriving in 48 hours is arriving into ground that has been prepared exactly right. Okay, second oracle card, 555 means transformation. What arrives is not what was before with improvements. It's something genuinely new. And your guides are being specific about the nature of what's coming. Because 555 is not the return of what was. It's not a restoration of the circumstances before the storm. And I want to name that directly because sometimes when we're in a difficult season, we pray for things to go back to the way they were. And the universe has something more significant in mind. And the transformation quality of 555 means what arrives is a new version of your life, not the old version restored, a genuinely new version. One that incorporates who you became through the storm. And who you became through the storm is different from who you were before it. More resilient, more clear, more specifically yourself in ways the difficulty revealed. And the new version of your life that arrives with 555 is built for who you are now, not who you were before the storm started. And who you are now can hold something the before the storm version would not have been ready for. Okay, third oracle card. The angel didn't just protect you, it was preparing the miracle the whole time. And your guides are showing you something here about the nature of the protection you've experienced because protection doesn't just mean keeping bad things away, it also means actively building towards something while the protection is running. And what the angel has been doing while protecting you through the difficult season, while holding the things you couldn't hold, and correctly is the key word. Because a miracle that arrives before the preparation is complete is not a miracle that can stay. And the preparation is complete now. The 555 appearing is the signal that the preparation has reached the moment of delivery. And the delivery is on its way. And what arrives in the next 48 hours is not just the miracle itself, it's the miracle delivered in the most complete form it could have been delivered in, which is the form that required the whole preparation to be ready. The Judgment card, the Star, the Ace of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Judgment card first. And the Judgment card is the awakening, the trumpet sounding. And in this position, the Judgment card is specifically about the moment of emergence, of coming out of the storm and into the understanding of what the storm was actually about. And the Judgment card awakening doesn't happen during the storm, it happens after. When you have enough distance from the difficulty to see the full arc, and what the full arc shows, when you can finally see it, is the preparation. The specific things the storm built in you that you needed for what's coming. The ways the difficulty was shaping the receiving capacity for the miracle. And the Judgment card arriving in this reading means the awakening is here. The moment of full understanding. Of the storm making sense not just intellectually, but in the body, in the recognition that everything that happened was happening for something real and specific and significant. And the something real and specific and significant is the 48 hours that the 555 is announcing. And I want to stay with the Judgment card because there's more here. Because the Judgment card awakening is also the awakening of your own potential, the specific potential the storm was developing. And when the Judgment card sounds for someone who has been through what you've been through, who has held on, who has maintained hope under difficult conditions, who has survived the storm without letting it extinguish who they are, what it wakes up is the full version of that person, not the storm depleted version, not the just got through it version, the version that came through the storm and brought something back from it. And the version that came through the storm and brought something back is the version the 48-hour miracle is arriving for. And that version is you right now. Exactly as you are, and the Star. And the Star is hope confirmed. And in this reading, the Star is showing me something very specific about the hope you maintained through the storm. Because maintaining hope during a storm, genuine hope, not the performance of hope, but the actual keeping of it alive, is one of the most significant things a person can do. And it doesn't look heroic while it's happening. It looks like just getting through the day, just keeping the light on one more night. Just choosing to believe something good was still possible even when the evidence was pointing elsewhere. And every one of those ordinary-looking moments of keeping the star lit, they were being witnessed by the angel, by the universe. And what's confirmed by the star in this position is that the hope wasn't misplaced. The thing you were hoping for was real, is real. And the 48 hours is the hope being confirmed, not just as a feeling, but as a visible, tangible, this is actually happening, arrival. And I want to go deeper with the star because there's something important about what happens to hope when it's confirmed. Because when hope survives difficulty and gets confirmed, when the thing you maintained hope for actually arrives, it doesn't just produce happiness. It produces a specific kind of trust in yourself, the trust that comes from having known something was coming before it arrived, from having maintained hope that turned out to be accurate. And that trust, the trust in your own sensing, in your own knowing, in the quality of your own hope, is one of the gifts the 48-hour miracle delivers beyond the miracle itself. And that specific trust is something the storm couldn't have built without the hoping. And the hoping is what the star has been confirming was always right. And the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is the overflowing cup, new emotional beginning, genuine freshness, the specific quality of something that hasn't accumulated complications yet. And in this position, the Ace of Cups is showing me the emotional quality of what arrives with the 48-hour miracle. Because miracles aren't just material events, they have an emotional quality, a specific feeling that accompanies them. And the Ace of Cups overflowing is that feeling, the specific emotional freshness of something genuinely new, arriving after a long storm season. And freshness after a long storm has a quality that freshness at the beginning never has. Because you know now what you couldn't know before. The value of it, the specific cost of what it took to get here. And knowing the cost of something before it arrives changes the quality of your receiving of it. And the Ace of Cups is showing me that your receiving of what arrives in 48 hours is going to have a quality of the most complete appreciation possible. And the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is the cosmic turn, the divine timing clicking into place. And in this reading, the wheel is showing me something very specific about why 48 hours. Why not 48 days? Why not next month? Why not eventually when the time is right, in some vague sense? The 48 hours is the wheel clicking, the specific cosmic position that produces the delivery, and the wheel clicks when the preparation is complete, when the receiving capacity is ready, when the circumstances that the miracle needs to arrive correctly have been fully aligned, and all of those things are true right now. The preparation is complete. The receiving capacity, the ground prepared by the storm, is ready. The circumstances have been aligned by the angel who has been working on this the whole time. And the wheel clicking for you is the universe's own confirmation that the 48 hours is not arbitrary. It's the wheel at exactly the right position. Oh, okay, fourth oracle card. The miracle isn't arriving because you earned it. It's arriving because you're ready for it. And your guides are making a distinction here that matters more than it might seem at first. Because earning and readiness are different things. And the miracle arriving because you're ready for it, not because you earned it, is actually more significant than the earning version. Because earning is transactional. You did enough, you get the thing. And readiness is something else. It's the state of being specifically equipped through the storm, through the growth, through the maintaining of hope under difficult conditions, to hold what's coming, to do something real with it, to let it land in ground that can receive it fully. And the miracle arriving for someone who is ready is the specific miracle that can stay, that can compound, that can become the foundation of the next thing and the next. And the ready version of you, the one who came through the storm and brought something back, is the exact version the miracle was designed for. Drop a comment and say, I am ready. Because you are. And the 48 hours is arriving for exactly who you are. The Empress, the Six of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the World, the Sun, the Empress. And the Empress is who you are right now, coming out of the storm, about to receive what's being delivered. And I want to be specific about the Empress in this position because it matters. The Empress is not the person who survived the storm. The Empress is the person who survived the storm and came out of it more fully herself, more grounded in who she is and what she values, more specifically clear about what she won't accept and what she's working toward. And the storm built the Empress quality in you in ways that comfort couldn't have. Because the Empress knows what she's made of. And the only way to know that is to have been tested. And you have been tested. And the testing produced the Empress. And the Empress receiving the 48-hour miracle is the most complete version of receiving from full height with full knowing of what this cost and what it's worth and what it means, that it's arriving now. And I want to stay with the Empress because there's something here about what the Empress does with what arrives. Because the Empress doesn't just receive, she uses what she receives to build. And what arrives in the next 48 hours isn't just a gift for you to have, it's material for the Empress to build with. And what the Empress builds with the right materials, with something that arrived, prepared, and delivered by an angel who has been working on it, is not temporary. It's the foundation of what comes after. And what comes after is the sustained version of the transformation the 555 is announcing, not just the miracle, the new chapter built from it. And the Empress building the new chapter from exactly the right foundation is everything the angel was preparing for. And the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is victory, recognition, rising, people seeing you correctly. And in this reading, the Six of Wands is showing me the visible quality of what happens when the miracle lands. Because the transformation the 555 announces produces visible changes, things that the people in your life are going to see and register. And the Six of Wands visibility isn't the showiness of it. It's the specific quality of someone who has come through something and arrived somewhere noticeably different. More themselves, more alive in the way that people are alive when things are going right. And the people around you who have watched the storm season, who have witnessed the difficulty, are going to see the emergence. And what they see when they see it is going to be worth everything that it took to get here. And the Ten of Cups is complete emotional fulfillment. And the Ten of Cups arriving alongside the Empress and the Six of Wands and the Sun in a reading that's confirming a 48-hour miracle is the universe showing you the full destination of what 555 is initiating. And the Ten of Cups is not partial. It's not good enough or better than before. It's the specific fullness of a life that feels genuinely from the inside, everything in its right place good. And that kind of fullness, after a storm season, after the difficulty, after everything the preparation required, has a quality that Ten of Cups arrivals in comfortable times never have. Because you know what it cost, and knowing what something cost is what makes the arrival of it feel like the most complete version of everything you were hoping for. And the world is full circle, completion, the cycle concluding, the beginning of something genuinely new. And the world in this reading is significant because it confirms the scale of what 555 is initiating. This isn't a small shift. The world card doesn't arrive for minor improvements. It arrives when a genuine chapter is completing and a genuine new one is beginning. And the chapter completing is the storm chapter. And the chapter beginning, initiated by the 48-hour miracle, shaped by the 555 transformation energy, is a world card chapter, which means it's complete in itself, which means it arrives with everything it needs, which means what begins in the next 48 hours is not the beginning of something that might eventually work out. It's the beginning of something that was designed to arrive whole. And the sun is the full emergence, lights completely on, the fog of the storm season, the uncertainty, the exhaustion of maintaining hope, the energy cost of continuing through difficulty completely lifted. And what the sun illuminates when it arrives after a storm season is everything that was built during the storm that couldn't be fully seen while it was being built. Because growth during storms happens in the dark, and the sun coming means the dark lifting. And the lifting of the dark shows you and everyone around you what was being built. And what was being built in you during the storm is the full, sun-illuminated, clear for everyone to see version of everything the angel knew was possible for you from the beginning of when it started walking beside you. Okay, fifth oracle card. Trust what arrives in the 48 hours completely. Your angel prepared it. And your guides are giving you a specific instruction for the next 2 days. Because when a miracle arrives, when something significant shows up in the window you've been told to watch for, there can be doubt. The specific doubt that says, is this really it? Is this what was promised? And your guides are saying, trust it. What arrives in the 48 hours has been prepared by the angel that walked with you through the storm. And what was prepared by something that watched the whole journey, that knows what you've been through and what you need and what you're ready for, is exactly right. And exactly right doesn't always look the way you expected. Sometimes the miracle arrives in a form that surprises you, and the surprise is part of the design, and the angel's design is more precise than anything you're expecting could have produced. So trust it fully with the confidence of someone who knows, who prepared it. Okay, tea leaf cards, 8 of them. First tea leaf card, the angel still present, now shifting from protection to delivery. And this is the central image of the reading because the angel's role is changing. And the changing of its role is significant. During this storm, its primary work was protective, keeping things that could have broken you from landing with their full force, redirecting harm before it arrived, maintaining the conditions that allowed you to survive. And that work is complete. And protection mode ending doesn't mean the angel is gone. It means the angel's work has shifted from protective to generative, from keeping bad things away to delivering good things toward you. And the specific shift from protection to delivery is what the 555 signals, and the delivery is active right now. The angel that walked beside you through the storm is walking beside you now, delivering everything it was building the whole time. Next tea leaf card, a moment in the storm that almost broke you, now revealed as the preparation of something specific. And this tea leaf card is one of the most personal the reading can offer, because there was a moment, maybe more than one, but there was one that was the hardest. The moment where continuing required something you weren't sure you had, and you found it anyway. And the angel was there in the finding of it. And the tea leaf card is showing me that moment now, from the other side of it, and what it was actually doing. And what it was doing is specific. It was preparing you for a specific aspect of what arrives in 48 hours. The hardest moment of the storm built the exact quality in you that the miracle requires its recipient to have. And understanding that, seeing the connection between the hardest moment and what's arriving, is one of the most profound gifts the 48 hours delivers beyond the miracle itself. Next tea leaf card, the transformation arriving. Not as an event, but as a new quality of everything. And this tea leaf card is about the nature of 555 transformation. Because 555 doesn't transform one thing, it transforms the quality of everything. And what I mean by that is the miracle arriving in 48 hours isn't just a single good thing happening. It's the beginning of a shift in how life feels, in the quality of ordinary moments, in the baseline of what you're working with, and transformation that arrives as a new quality of everything is not visible all at once. You notice it gradually in how things that were difficult start feeling possible, in how things that were closed start opening, in how the quality of your interactions, your circumstances, your relationship with yourself shifts. And the tea leaf card is showing me that this specific quality of everything transformation begins in the next 48 hours and continues to compound for months afterward. Next tea leaf card, recognition arriving from others who see the shift before you fully feel it yourself. And this tea leaf card is about something that often happens in transformation seasons. The people around you see the shift before you feel it yourself, because transformation happening in you is hard to measure from the inside, but visible from the outside. And in the days after the 48-hour miracle, as the 555 transformation unfolds, the people who know you are going to reflect something back to you, a quality in you that they see clearly, a different quality of energy, of presence, of being in a season that fits rather than a season that's difficult. And they're reflecting it back to you before you fully felt it yourself, is how you'll know the transformation is actually happening. Next tea leaf card, the miracle arriving in an unexpected form, and the unexpected form being exactly right. And this tea leaf card is about recognizing the miracle when it comes, because it might not look exactly like what you pictured. The form it takes might surprise you, and the surprise is not a mismatch. It's the angel's precision, because the angel prepared something more specific than you're expecting could describe, something more fitted to your actual needs than the version you might have asked for. And the unexpected form the miracle takes is going to feel right in a way that goes past the surface of how it looks. Deep right, settled right. The specific quality of something arriving that was made for you rather than found for you. And made for you things have a quality that found for you things simply don't. Next tea leaf card, the storm's gifts only now becoming fully visible. And this tea leaf card is one of the most tender images the reading can offer, because the storm left gifts, not just scars, not just endurance, actual gifts, things you have now that you didn't have before the storm. Clarity about what matters, the specific resilience that only comes from having been tested, a quality of self-knowledge that comfortable seasons don't produce, and the storm's gifts are becoming visible now, in the light of the sun arriving, in the 555 transformation, in the context of what's arriving in 48 hours. And seeing them clearly, understanding what the storm gave you, rather than only what it cost you, is part of the 555 transformation, because it changes how you carry the storm season in your memory, from only difficult to difficult and gifting. And the gifting part is what the angel was building the whole time. Next tea leaf card, 555, appearing again, a confirmation of the confirmation throughout the 48 hours. And your guides place this here because the 555 isn't just a message delivered once. It's going to keep appearing in the 48 hours ahead as a real-time confirmation of what this reading has told you. And when you see it in a timestamp, on a receipt, in a number that catches your eye for no reason you can explain, it's the angel saying this is still in motion, still on its way, still being delivered. And the multiple appearances of 555 in the 48 hours are the angel checking in, confirming, saying, you're in the right window. What you're waiting for is arriving. The transformation is real. The preparation is complete. And the delivery is happening right now as you watch for the signs. And the last tea leaf card. What comes after the 48 hours? Sustained compounding, the beginning of the new chapter. And your guides ended on this because the 48-hour miracle isn't just a moment. It's a beginning. And what begins in the 48 hours compounds. The transformation that initiates in this window is the first movement of something that builds. And the compounding quality of 555 transformation means what's good gets better. What opens stays open and opens further. What arrives is not a one-time delivery, but the beginning of a sustained season of the universe making good on everything that was held during the storm. And the new chapter beginning in the 48 hours is a chapter that has the full preparation of the storm season behind it, the full protection of the angel within it, and the full power of 555 transformation moving through everything it touches. Okay, final messages from your guides. 8 cards. You were protected because you were worth protecting. Receive that truth. And your guides want this to be the first message because it's the most fundamental thing they can say, because protection isn't universal. Not everyone walks through a storm with an angel beside them in the specific way this reading describes. And the question of why the protection was yours, why the angel walked with you, why the miracle is being delivered to you specifically, is answered very simply because you were worth protecting. Not because you were perfect, not because you never made mistakes, not because you handled the storm with grace every single moment, because of something in you that the angel recognized. A quality of genuineness, of real caring about the right things, of the kind of heart that when tested bends but doesn't break. And that quality is why the protection was yours. And receiving that truth, letting I was worth protecting land as the real thing it is how you carry the protection forward into what arrives in the 48 hours. Next, final card. The miracle is not the end of the story, it's the beginning of the chapter the storm was preparing, and your guides are orienting you forward very specifically here. Because the 48-hour miracle is significant. And after it arrives, there's a natural instinct to experience it as the destination. The thing you were waiting for has arrived, and now you have it. And your guides are gently but clearly saying, it's not the destination. It's the first sentence of the chapter the storm was preparing. And what that chapter contains, what it's going to build into, is more than the miracle alone. The miracle is the opening of the door. And what's through the door is the sustained, compounding 10 of Cups quality of the new chapter. And keeping that perspective, receiving the miracle as a beginning rather than an arrival, is what allows the miracle to become everything it was designed to be. Next final card. Stay watchful in the 48 hours. The miracle may arrive quietly. And your guides are giving you a practical instruction here. Because miracles don't always arrive with obvious fanfare. Sometimes they arrive quietly, in a conversation, in a piece of information, in an opportunity that presents itself without announcement. in a feeling of things shifting that arrives before the visible evidence catches up. And staying watchful means being present, paying attention to the quality of what arrives in the next 48 hours, not requiring it to look a certain way, not pre-deciding what the miracle will look like and then missing what actually arrives because it came differently. The angel prepared something, and prepared things arrive in the form that was prepared, not in the form we expected. And presence and openness are how you receive what was prepared rather than waiting for what you expected. Next, final card. Give thanks in advance. Gratitude in the 48 hours accelerates the delivery, and your guides are giving you something active to do in the window. Because gratitude in advance, thanking the universe for what's arriving before it arrives, is not naive. It's one of the most specific mechanisms for accelerating and completing the delivery of what's coming. Because gratitude in advance signals to the universe that you know the delivery is real, that you trust the angel's preparation, that you're already in the receiving posture, hands open, heart open, the specific openness of someone who is ready. And ready receiving is what the delivery requires to complete itself. And gratitude in advance creates that readiness. So in the next 48 hours, thank the angel. Thank the universe. Thank the storm season that prepared the ground. Thank what's arriving before you can see it fully. And the gratitude is the signal that says, I'm ready. Deliver it completely. Next, final card. The angel is still with you now and after the 48 hours, and your guides are saying this as a comfort and a fact. Because the angel didn't walk with you through the storm and then leave when the storm ended. The angel walked with you through the storm because it has a specific relationship with your life. And that relationship doesn't conclude when the storm does. What changes is the nature of what it's doing. From protection to delivery, and from delivery after the 48 hours, after the miracle lands, after the 555 transformation initiates, to the ongoing presence of something that is still with you in the chapter that follows. And the ongoing presence means you don't face the new chapter alone either. And never having to face any chapter alone is one of the most grounding things your guides can confirm for you. Next, final card. You survived the storm worthy of the miracle. Never doubt that, and your guides are saying this very directly, because there can be a voice in the 48 hours when things start to shift that says, is this really for me? Do I really deserve this? And that voice is the storm's residue. The exhaustion and difficulty of the storm leaving its impression on your self-image, and your guides are removing that voice completely. You survived the storm worthy of the miracle, not despite what it cost you, because of how you came through it, because you held the star, because you prayed into the silence, because you kept going when stopping would have been easier. And the keeping going is what produced the version of you the miracle is arriving for. And that version is entirely and completely worthy. Next, final card. Save this and come back when the miracle arrives. Save this reading right now. Bookmark it. Share it with someone today, because when you share something like this, what comes back to you is tenfold. And in the 48-hour window, in a delivery season, the tenfold arrives fast. And when the miracle arrives, when the 555 delivers what the angel prepared, when the storm's preparation reveals its purpose, when the 48 hours produces what this reading has confirmed, come back and drop a comment. Just, the miracle arrived. Or I saw the 555 and knew, because someone watching this right now is still in the middle of their storm, and knowing yours arrived, and knowing the 48 hours was real, gives them what they need most right now. The specific knowing that the angel is still working on theirs. And the very last card, the angel who walked with you through the storm delivers the miracle as proof you were never alone. The angel who walked with you through the storm delivers the miracle as proof you were never alone. And your guide saved this for last because it's the most complete truth this reading can offer. Because the miracle isn't just a good thing arriving. It's the evidence of the whole journey. The proof that every prayer was received, that every moment of hope maintained under difficult conditions was witnessed, that the storm didn't happen to you, it happened for you, with something beside you that was turning it into preparation. And the 48-hour delivery is the angel's way of showing you, look, I was here the whole time. In the moments where it felt like nothing was working, in the moments where maintaining hope felt like the least rational thing available, I was here and I was working. And what I was working on is arriving now. And the proof is in the 48 hours. And the proof is that you were never, not for a single moment of the storm, not for a single difficult day, not for a single night of praying into silence, alone. Okay, to bring this home, 555. The angel who protected you through the storm is delivering your miracle in 48 hours. And the cards showed us everything. The preparation, the protection, and the delivery. The oracle cards showed us the full arc. The storm was preparation, not punishment. 555 means something genuinely new, not the old thing restored. The angel was preparing the miracle the whole time, and what arrives is for someone ready, not someone who earned it. The Judgment card and the Star and the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune showed us the quality of the emergence, awakening, confirmed hope, emotional freshness, divine timing clicking. The Empress and the Six of Wands and the Ten of Cups and the World and the Sun showed us who you are receiving this and what it opens. And every tea leaf confirmed the moment, the angel shifting from protection to delivery, the hardest storm moment revealed as specific preparation, the transformation arriving as a new quality of everything, the miracle coming in an unexpected and exactly right form, the storm's gifts now visible, 555 appearing throughout the 48 hours, and everything compounding into the sustained new chapter. You were protected because you were worth protecting. The miracle is not the end, but the beginning of the chapter the storm prepared. Stay watchful. It may arrive quietly. Give thanks in advance and accelerate the delivery. The angel is still with you. You survived the storm worthy of the miracle, all of it confirming the angel who walked with you through the storm delivers the miracle as proof. You were never alone, not once. Claim this, loves. Drop a comment and say, I claim this, and I was never alone, and the 48 hours is mine. Because every word of that is true. Save this. Share it today and come back when the miracle arrives. We want to know. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment, and tell me what hit hardest. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.